What is up, guys? This is your boy FightNightsFinest, the sofa commentator, here with Relapse, doing a review of the Canelo Alvarez fight versus Austin Trout. And damn, that was one messed up decision. I honestly can't believe that they gave Canelo Alvarez that fight based off either 2 or 3 power shots around, when Trout clearly outboxed him, outused the jab, outworked him. His work ethic was incredible. He didn't get tired. His defense was excellent. And they gave the fight to Canelo. What is your thoughts on this, Relapse?
Yeah, I think I gave it to Trout with a pretty close fight. Like, even that's a stretch. Like, he did obviously outbox him with the jab. And the only rounds you could really, that we gave Canelo was the second and the seventh with that knockdown that he landed with the straight.
That was a very impressive knockdown. Take no credit away from Canelo for that. But you got to look at the rest of the fight and how everything else went down in the round. Now, most of the time you can say that judging does come down to how much damage is landed in a fight, which is a considerably good argument to say that Canelo won the fight. But when you take around all the other factors in a fight, because not every fighter is a power puncher, so you got to look at the clean and effective shots. Even the way the judges' punch output came at the end of the fight, saying Austin Trout only landed 152 shots, was ridiculous because we
Yeah.
seen, especially in the stretch run, where it came right after the 7th round when Canelo scored the knockdown. Austin Trout was just landing jabs like no tomorrow from round 8 all the way to round 12, landing some good body work and getting in some good combinations. Now, were they all effective shots? No, they weren't. But the point was that he was landing, he was definitely more accurate than Canelo. And even the judges said, the guys announcing the fight on Showtime said, hey, look, I don't know what these guys on open scoring is doing, but this fight is up for grabs.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen it that way. And I'm sure there's got to be a lot of other people out there that were just puzzled that they gave it to Canelo. On some scorecards, was such a wide margin. One was like 118 to 109, which is just crazy. But Trout was peppering him, outlanding him like every round. And most of the time, Canelo looked frozen, just kind of stood in front of him. He used a lot of head movement, but that doesn't win you rounds because he was getting hit in the face anyways. So
Yeah, if your defense is going to look like that, it has to be effective. And some of the punches that they said landed on Trout was a stretch as well because some of them weren't even power shots. And there was a couple of times when Trout got hit, he would come back with a counter shot right after being tagged. So even in the exchanges, you can't give a one power shot punch over several shots landed afterwards, or say that a 3 punch combination doesn't outweigh a 1 punch shot. It's not like all those shots took his head off. It was usually just a right uppercut that came from underneath. So very, very, very puzzling
yeah, it
scorecards
must
to
have
me.
been like the judges must have been favoring power punches to like actual points. Like I usually score fights on like kind of like amateur boxing as well as obviously damage, but I think that's the name of the game. You gotta punch the guy more than he hits you,
Uh,
which Trout did. So,
Definitely, definitely. Not even though all the shots, like I said, weren't power punches. They didn't really buckle Canelo or make him fall back all the time.
but he hit him with good shots though. Canelo got hit with good shots.
It just wasn't as effective as Alvarez's shots. But I just couldn't see how they gave Canelo that fight. And no, not one judge gave the fight to Austin Trout, in which I think he deserved it.
Yeah, like even like at the end when they're reading the scorecards, even before they're reading them, Canelo just starts grabbing all the belts and starts wearing them all. They didn't even say he won yet.
Yeah,
It's fucked up.
very disrespectful towards Austin Trout. But no, one thing I want to say to Austin Trout is I want to commend him on his sportsmanship afterwards. He didn't do what the other guys do. He didn't make his excuses like Donaire saying, or I tore some shoulder ligaments during training, and I couldn't fight the best way that possible. I mean, he didn't use any excuses. He didn't make anything up. He gave the guy his props for what he did well, even though you can tell by the look on his face, like he was like, you got to be kidding me, because honestly, he won the fight. You can't tell me anything else.
Yeah, I think he wouldn't even give his honest opinion because I think he would have said he was pissed off and he thought he won the fight.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
sure that'll come out later, but
Definitely, definitely. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up this week's review of Austin Trout versus Canelo Alvarez. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section below. If you like the video, don't be afraid to hit the like button and subscribe to our other channel. This is your boy Fight Night's Finest with Relapse signing off.
peace.